Hey everyone, I hope you're having a fabulous Friday. In today's video, I'll teach you everything you want to learn about how to study any language. So let's dive right in. There's so much to say about this topic, and I don't want this video to drag on for too long. So I have decided to make 6 smaller videos, which I will upload over the course of 2 months. And in the meanwhile, we will still put out the regular English on Fridays videos. So don't worry about that. However, if you were expecting to see new vocabulary in the end of this video, I have to disappoint you, I'm afraid, because today we're only going to talk about how to study any language. Alright, so today is the first part of those 6 videos. And today's video will just cover the very basic stuff. And in today's lesson, I will teach you how to make it easy for you to memorize new vocabulary. Tip number 1, read. The first tip is to read anything in the target language that you wish to study. In fact, it doesn't even matter what the level of the book is that you're reading or whether you understand everything. The fact that you are reading will help you learn new words and get a feeling for the structure of the language without having to study grammar rules and so on. Tip number 2, watch and learn. Watch TV, YouTube, for example English on Fridays, cable TV, and so on in the target language. By the way, target language is the language you wish to learn. So in case you didn't know, depending on the TV you have, you can easily switch the language and the subtitles of the program you are watching. So if you want to study English, I suggest you watch your favorite program in English with English subtitles. Go and see movies in English. Watch DVDs or Blu-ray discs or something like Netflix in the target language with or without subtitles. Tip number 3, listen. Listen to English radio, English music, or speed learning CDs. Tip number 4, do. Talk to native speakers. Set your iPhone to English. This will force you to use English every day. And by the end of the week, you won't even have to think anymore about the English you're using every day on your cell phone. Also, use Siri in English. If you have an iPhone, Siri is a very strict teacher. She will show you exactly what kind of mistakes you make. And if she doesn't understand you, or your pronunciation that is, you will know right away. Repeat and imitate. If you repeat and imitate the intonation, speed and pronunciation of native speakers, you will find that your pronunciation will get better. Label everything in your room with stickers. Look up all the words of the things in your room and write down those words on a post-it paper. Stick the papers on the objects you want to learn and promise yourself you won't take down the sticky notes before you have memorized all of those words. This will help you tremendously, as most people don't like to have post-it papers throughout their entire house. So the incentive here is that you are allowed to take off the post-it paper when you know the word. And this way you will learn these new words in no time. Keep memos of the words that you don't know yet. So for example, when I wake up in the morning, I start by saying to myself, my eyes open, or I get up, or I wake up, or whatever I'm doing. And I keep doing that until the time that I go to bed. If I come across certain words that I don't know yet, I'll write down those words either on a piece of paper or in a notebook or maybe in my cell phone. And this will become my personalized vocabulary list. After that, I will take this list anywhere I go. If I have a list on paper, I might actually put that in the toilet. So when I have some downtime a couple of times a day, I will actually see that paper and I will be able to study the new words. Or if I have it in my iPhone, I can take it anywhere and I can read it on the bus or in the train or on a plane or wherever I go. This way, even the most busy people have time to study a language. Another thing you want to do is to force yourself to think in the target language. So for example, when I walk around outside, I look around me and I think, oh, hey, what's that? Or what's that? Can I say that in the target language? If I can't, Again, I write down notes, and that will be my personalized vocabulary list or word list. And I will study only those words that are around me because those are the words that are important for me. Last but not least is that you actually go out there and use what you've learned. There's no point in studying a language if you won't ever use it. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. I know it can be very scary and overwhelming if you're not perfect in a language yet, to actually go out there to someone who does speak the language and try to communicate with them. But you simply have to, so force yourself to do that. And if you do so, you will find out that everyone tries his or her best to understand you. And that makes a communication work. And actually, when you feel understood, that will give you great pleasure. And that pleasure is the key to success, because now you have experienced this feeling of being understood, and that will keep you motivated to grow. So just go out there and be successful. You can do it. And that's all for today. But like I said, we have 6 videos in total about this topic, and hopefully this will help you to study any language that you wish to learn. So please check out our other videos too, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. See you next time. Bye bye.